We're here at the 2025 NFL Combine with new Jaguars head coach Liam Coen. Liam, thanks for joining us. It is great to have you here. I'll get right to it. You've had a lot of success developing quarterbacks. So based on what you've seen of Trevor Lawrence from afar and now that you're up close and personal with him, what's your number one priority in terms of getting Trevor to where you want him to be?
I think just getting him playing as his most, pure self, right? You've seen so many glimpses. You've seen so many great opportunities of him coming back from behind, winning games, being a part of winning games. He's, extremely successful for a reason. Now we've just got to get that consistency piece, getting him playing to his purest form as much as we can, get his footwork in rhythm, really get his eyes in the right place, and just a total grasp and understanding of what we're asking him to do. But the potential's all there.
The direction of the organization is very youthful. It's different. It almost seems innovative to some degree. When you look around that building, you see, and you're one of the young guys, but you look around and see all those young guys around you, including Gladstone.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that group as a whole, being not a lot of experience, but a lot of smarts and that kind of thing?
Hunger.
Yeah.
Hunger. Guys that are trying to prove it. Guys that are have learned through so many of their different mentors and been, coming from successful organizations, have coached at a high level, and now that it's their time. It's their time to go prove it and be able to go put it on tape. I mean, that's what we're all trying to say is just, hey, let's go put it on tape. That's the only thing that matters. We'll be in the trenches together. We'll do this thing together. We'll lean on the people that helped get us here. But at the end of the day, these guys have a chip on their shoulders, and they're trying to go prove it as well.
Pete likes to say that football isn't that complicated, and sometimes we overcomplicate it.
Well, would agree.
And I say that when I watch Brian Thomas Jr. play, and it feels like that's a pretty easy solution to a lot of problems offensively.
Yes.
What does that type of player bring? He's a little different than Michael Evans in terms of the speed and obviously the youth, but he's a big target down the field. And what does that do for Trevor?
Man, I was so impressed watching him play. The ability to go inside, outside, throw him vertical routes while also, hey, we can just get the ball in his hands with a screen and he can go do something with it. That's such a dynamic ability for a receiver because now you can move him around throughout the formation. They can't be able to get a beat on him to double him wherever he is. And that's the pass game's going to run through him in so many ways. You can tell that they already have a connection. They already have built a rapport. And now how do we build on that and be able to continue to put him in a position to be successul and expand upon his route tree?
You could run 5 bubble screens to him a game and still be 20 less than what they ran last year.
There we go. We got to get the ball in hand, right? How do we get him the ball?
But they were so horizontal offensively last couple of years. Your offense wants to get the ball vertically down the field.
Yeah, I was kind of getting, we were trying to get the ball down the field a little bit more this year while also being mindful of, just getting the ball out and keeping the ball moving. Well, how do we attack the field both vertically and horizontally to stretch the defense and make them defend every blade of grass? That's ultimately what we're trying to do. Be vertical and obviously be able to be horizontal in different ways, but we've got a guy that can attack you at all 3 levels of the defense, which is really exciting.
I know you guys don't need a quarterback, but obviously when you come to the Combine, one of the big talking points are the quarterbacks that are going to be available in the draft. Had a ton of success with Baker. You work with Will Levis. What is the most important thing, or maybe 2 or 3 of the most important things that you're looking for? Because we were talking to Brian Callahan earlier. It is so incredibly difficult to identify what that looks like when it translates from college to the NFL, and you hit 50% of the time. What to you is most important when you're trying to figure out how to get the most out of Baker, for example?
Well, starts with mental and physical toughness, first and foremost, and we have that in Trevor. We have a physically and mentally tough football player that wants to be out there, doesn't want to take days off, and wants to work at it. He wants to be great. There's a want to there, right? Now, okay, when you just go and have a catch, like we would go out in the backyard and go have a catch, how easy is that? A lot of people would think that should be extremely easy for any NFL quarterback. Well, where's that ball placement? How easy is the ball to catch? Where is he hitting you every single time that you're just going out and having a catch? That's just your natural accuracy, right? That's not something that you can really coach out of a lot of people. Right. They either have some of those intangibles or they don't. And then the leadership capabilities, right? These guys are at the forefront of every organization for good and for bad. How do they handle it? How do they respond to adversity? And the rest, the footwork, the reads, the decisions, that's our job. We have to coach that. But when you have the natural physical and mental toughness, natural accuracy, And oh, by the way, the resilient and respond to adversity. I think those are 3 things that we look for.
In Tampa, you got the run game going last year. It was much improved over the year before. This run game hasn't been what they wanted it to be. Tony Baselli, who you're working with now, has always preached, get bigger, get tougher, get stronger. That will make your run game work. Is that going to be a priority this offseason?
Absolutely. I think it starts with, obviously evaluating the current roster, the current guys up front, connecting with them, communicating, hey, some of the expectations, and diving into them, pouring into those guys, while also understanding that we do need to create some competition and continue to evaluate that, group. Now, okay, how do we help them schematically? How do we help them with some of the different runs that we'll create with both the zone and the gap? How do we run into some better looks? How do we put a little bit more on these guys in terms of, hey, the O-line, those are typically some of the smarter players on the group. They love ball. They want to be in the trenches. They want more on their plate from both the run and the protection pieces. So, hey, we've got to put more on these guys, but also allow them to run into maybe some lighter boxes or cleaner looks.
Pete, before we get out of here, you want to give Liam the best golf course in Jacksonville he should try out?
Oh, he's probably played a couple of them.
Yeah.
There's so many of them there. I mean, look, go hit it on. TPC is always fun to play.
I got a chance when we came here this summer. I had a great tour of TPC, right? I didn't get to go play it, but we had a tour. We rode around on a golf cart. It was beautiful. Saw 17.
How intimidating does 17 look?
I don't know how many times I'd hit it on the green, but
it's tough, man.
It looks it, man. I mean, it's just what was cool though when you went inside and you saw all the winners' clubs throughout the years. Like anybody that's won the tournament, they've taken one of their clubs and put it on display in there, and you see the transition over the years and some of the equipment. It's pretty cool to see. I'm excited about playing it.
By the way, I told your marketing guys, I said, you need to get a marketing promotion of have people try to do DUVAL like you did it, like you, not the way everybody else, but like you did.
Have you gotten pushback on that?
You get crap on
I
that.
can't even tell you. I mean, I'm trying to learn cadence. I'm a cadence guy, right? You go through cadence all the time as a quarterback. Everybody's got a different cadence, and you learn to adapt.
Yeah,
there you go. You live and you learn.
It's fun.
For what it's worth, I didn't know anything about it because I'm old and off the internet. So as far as I know, you said it correctly.
Yeah, I haven't really,
by the way, that's a newish thing around there. That wasn't around for 20 years ago. Yeah, that's a new thing.
Liam learned a lesson.
They're passionate about it. I'm ultimately not too worried about it.
Yeah, your job is to coach football.
Go win games, and the rest takes care of itself.
They'll all do it that way.
That's right.
Liam Coen, first-year head coach of Jacksonville Jaguars. Thanks for coming by. Great
you.
success this year. Good luck to you. Thanks, Liam.
Thank you so much for having me.